Well, joining me now is Bill Schiffmiller of Akoio. Bill, it's so great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
It's nice to join you again, Jeff.
Yeah, and you are heavily involved in the, I would say, hearing technology world. And so I wanted to come to you because there are so many platforms now available, so many products and tools available over the counter as a result of an FDA ruling that I think it's hard for consumers to kind of figure out where to go, how to select them. So let me get your first impression of the marketplace today. Let's start there. What's your impression?
Well, right now, I think it's great that the FDA offered their approval on over-the-counter hearing aid. It's a long time coming. Part of the challenge to that is when you look at hearing loss, we always look at prescriptive hearing aid, and that is for the very slim few if you look at the market. So let's take 100%. 20% of those who need truly hearing aid, prescriptive hearing aids, they will go to the audiologist and get those expensive options, which is appropriate for them. With OTC, now we're looking at the other 80%, and that is those with mild to moderate loss. The challenge with that market is the awareness piece. Are you getting folks aware of their hearing and what is their hearing profile? If you don't have that kind of information, how do I know where to go and which product to choose when it comes to over-the-counter hearing aids? Now, there are many players in that space. You're seeing advertisement on television, you see promotion via online, but how do I know I'm getting the right one? You know, the way I look at hearing aid and OTC as well is it's like choosing a car. Where do I go to get the right kind of car that's going to be right for me? Is it performance? Is it comfort? Is it the price point? There are so many factors that need to be taken into account. With that being said, I always like to go, hey, where can you go to try products and get a profile, and then allow you to try it for 30 days and you can bring it back if needed. So there are two players in that space. That does it for me. And I think they can afford to address this market. And that's Apple. And then there's a company called Nuance Audio with the hearing glasses, which is part of EssilorLuxottica. And EssilorLuxottica, for our viewer, is Ladon. They're the large iFrame company. But what's great about EssilorLuxottica is not only do they have these iFrame brands, but they also have retail brands like LensCrafters and Pearl Vision. And then you also have Apple. Well, we all know their products. We know that they have retail presence. So if you can start by going into a retail store and say, hey, I want to try on the product that you're offering when it comes to hearing. So once again, you have Essilor with their Nuance Audio hearing glasses, and then you have Apple with their Apple AirPod Pro 2, as well as Apple AirPro 3. And both of these products by these companies are FDA approved OTCs.
So to follow up on that, Bill, I mean, the thesis that you have is that there are a lot of offerings out there, but you got to have a presence in order to do the education around it to make sure that people understand not only what they're buying, but also how to deploy it. Because you just mentioned two very big brands. They both have that. Is that am I understanding that correctly from your perspective?
So that is correct. Not only do you have salespeople on the floor to work with you and set the right expectations, but there are going to be a lot of questions. But they also have testing features built in to say, hey, is this we want to start you on the right foot and go, hey, is this the right product for you? So what they both have are the ability to do hearing tests and then determine, okay, your range is XYZ. these products will be appropriate for you. However, if it's not, we recommend that you go and see an audiologist. So that I think is responsible, is
Hmm.
smart, and you're setting folks on the in the right direction. And
Yeah,
what
and
a
you're,
great way to get them aware of, oh, well, what is my hearing profile? What did that really all mean?
yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I was going to
No,
say,
no.
I like that, it's not about just selling the product and moving on and volume. Because I think there are a lot of people out there, Bill, that do not kind of or maybe they don't even recognize that they have hearing loss, or they're afraid to do something about their hearing loss because there used to be a stigma around, hey, I'm an old guy now and I can't hear. But that stigma has really dissipated. So people should feel pretty comfortable going to these brands and trying to figure out a solution because it's really uncomfortable to not be able to hear certain parts of a
Um,
conversation.
Also, Jeff, what's cool about this is the when it comes to auditory matters, we're not talking about hearing loss so much. We're not talking about granddad's hearing aid anymore. Now it's a question of what is my auditory world like?
Mhm.
Noise, auditory fatigue. As I can hear well, I'm just stressed. I'm having some issues associated with noise. And what's great about those products that I mentioned is they have added features in there that can help deal with noise and stress. And, we hear about noise cancellation and features like that. That is a wonderful way to get people to realize, I don't know why, but I feel better when I use these products. And when you do that, that is the great entry point. So one day, should they need a prescriptive hearing aid, because we do lose some hearing over time, they will be open and more receptive to a prescriptive hearing aid the way we know it today, and go, you know what? I benefited from these OTC over the years, but now that I'm older, my needs have changed. I am more open, more knowledgeable of what's out there to help me.
Yeah, very well said, Bill. Bill, we're going to have to leave it there. It's always great to see you. Thanks for sharing your insight into the marketplace. And we look forward to having you back on the program again very soon, sir.
Thank you, Jeff. Good to be with you.
Well, thanks for watching. And don't forget, we're back again tomorrow morning with another great expert and another great topic. You can tune in right here Monday through Sunday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And don't forget to subscribe to our daily newsletter, The Morning Pulse, for all the news in one place, delivered directly to your email box. Check it out at our website.